Recently, I was at the Golden Nugget playing blackjack. Now, if you know me at all, you know that that is a very unusual place to find me and a very unusual thing to find me doing. I'm not a gambler. I've never really ever even gambled at a table before, not even in Vegas. But my friends were going to be there. It was this whole event and they were all excited to play blackjack. So I decided that I would learn too. So I decided to go in. I was playing. I had a friend of mine coaching me from the sidelines, telling me what to do. And I wasn't sure how I would feel about it. I won a little, I lost a little, and then I realized why I don't gamble. This is why. When I win, when I'm gambling, I feel nothing. There is no endorphin, there is no dopamine, there is no rush. I'm winning, numbness. I'm losing, anxiety. It's all downside with no upside. Clearly, gambling is not for me. But when I am setting up a strategy in my business, it's completely different. When I design a system or a strategy and things are going well, I feel a euphoric rush at my success. Like it makes me want to just dance around my house. And sometimes I do without telling anybody, right? Like the winning and that feeling is so potent. That's what I thought I would feel with blackjack, but that's definitely what keeps me deeply interested in my business. Aside from the fact, obviously, that I'm helping lots of people, winning by helping more people is a way that I feel a lot of euphoria. But business doesn't always feel that way. There are times where it feels like you're winning and it's the upside, but then there are those moments where either it's going badly or in some ways even worse. You're waiting to see what will happen. You've invested and now you're just waiting to see where the chips fall. And that is the phase of the business I'm in right now. Here's what's going on. I am very ambitious. You may have figured this out just by the fact that I have this podcast at all. And I am getting ready to implement this scaling strategy to a level that I've never tried to do before. And in order to scale your business, you have to create a very solid foundation so that when you bring on more people, when you advertise more services, your business can still run smoothly. Things like your admin team doesn't get overwhelmed. Everyone knows what the protocols are. It's a well-oiled machine. Somebody from the outside is coming in and they feel immediately taken care of and like they know what all the rules are. If you don't build a solid foundation for your business and you grow, the whole thing falls apart on you. I've seen it happen to people and I'm unwilling to let it happen to me. The problem is that building a foundation is expensive. It's expensive in time, especially in my time, and it's also expensive in money because suddenly you're revamping lots of systems and upgrading the things that you're doing to support the change. It reminds me of when you have a child at home and they are outgrowing things and you have to get them new, more expensive things. Kind of like when you go from like your baby nursery to like a big kid's room and suddenly you're investing in a bed, right? And you're investing in the new furniture and maybe you're redecorating because you expect that this room is going to last them another 5 years and you don't want all the baby stuff on the walls anymore. Now you want big kid stuff that your 10-year-old can tolerate. So you're pouring money into that reinvestment to get to a new level, but it's expensive in the meantime. Except for when you're doing this with your business, there's less of a guarantee it's going to work out exactly the way you want it to. And the budget restrictions can feel really tight. Most of the time when people talk about investing and creating a foundation for a business, what they don't talk about is that you have to create a new foundation every single time that you up level. Like Nicole McCants does a great job of talking about this in her program. She talks about like how you're building a house and then it's a lot of work and it's a lot of time and sometimes it's a lot of money. And once you build the house, then you can grow your business. But what she doesn't tell you, and I think that's because her audience is starting off, not, scaling from a place of success. That what you're building is the starter house. And that the starter house is not going to be big enough or nice enough for the next level of what you're trying to create. And so I'm in that next level build, and it's anxiety provoking. And I think the reason why it's scary is that I know that I could have just left the whole thing alone. Like, things were going great at Thriving Child Center and PCIT Experts. The profit was good. The workload was good. I could step out of it. I could be gone for a week, 2 weeks. Things would run without me. I could work on my consulting business. I could podcast, right? Like, I had this extra time. But then I had a vision for what this business could be. And so now I've put myself back in the trenches and am looking to scale again. So I think there's that scary little thought in my mind, like, well, why didn't I leave well enough alone? Things were going fine. Why did I feel like I needed to take a bigger step? So that's in there. But what I also know is on the other side of this, on the other side of these risks and this investment, when it has succeeded and grown into my actual vision for this business, I'm going to be so glad I did it. But right now I'm in the muddy middle. I'm in that muddy middle where I have to pay a lot of attention, where I have to sit with discomfort, where I have to bring home more money than I'm used to not bringing home, where my profit actually is shrinking because of the investments that I'm making. And I just have to breathe through it and keep making sure that I'm leading with strategy and not impulsivity, which would create problems for me, or fear, which would create problems and keep me stuck in the middle instead of moving forward. I wonder if you're at a place like this with your business, where you're feeling stuck in the middle, where you're feeling fear because you don't know if the risks you're taking are going to pay off, but you're also feeling some excitement because you're pushing towards something that you want. If you are in this phase and you're not sure whether you are taking a healthy risk or whether you are plunging yourself into disaster, here's some things that I think are worth asking yourself so that you can parse these two situations apart. And this is what I ask myself in the middle of the night if my anxiety creeps up. Can I justify my investments based on strategy? Can I explain to someone else why I'm investing in the things that I'm investing in and how I will make my money back on them? So that's a really important question. If you can do that, that's a good sign. If you can't do that, if you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping it will build your business, you might want to go back and rethink what you're doing. Second of all, is this a bad idea or am I just scared? Those are different. You can be terrified of a great idea. I'm terrified a lot. I do a lot of things that scare me, and most of them are excellent ideas. So why is this scary? Is it because it's new, or is it because it's actually dangerous or bad for me? And the third thing that I ask myself, and that I encourage you to ask yourself, is the thing that I'm building what I actually want? Do I actually want to run the business that I'm creating? Does it meet my vision for what I want to run? Does it excite me? Is it going to fill me up? Or am I just doing this blindly because it's leading me to the next level? So those are the questions to think of. And if the answers to those questions indicate that you should keep going, then it's about centering yourself, reminding yourself of the strategy and the next steps, maybe bringing some supportive people around you to cheer you on, and just moving forward. Because this is not like gambling in the Golden Nugget. You have a locus of control here. When you're gambling at the Golden Nugget, it's random, right? The chips fall or the cards come, right? Like, you don't have control over that. But when you are working on a strategy that benefits you, sure, there are elements of this that are out of your control, but you're taking mitigated risks. And most of the time, you can get out of them or you can survive them if they blow up in your face. I have never yet been in a situation that my business could not survive. And I would not set up my business, by the way, to take on a risk that would run it into the ground if it didn't work out. So it's okay. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be in that messy middle. If you want someone to help you figure out whether your strategy and your risk taking makes sense, I'm so happy to help you do that. All you have to do is schedule a free matching call with me and we can figure out if I'm a fit. If I'm not a fit, I'll send you to someone who can help you better. But I'm excited for you. Even in this middle part of discomfort, I believe that you can build something amazing, that we as psychologists, business owners can build wildly successful businesses, and that you can build something that feels aligned with you and your goals and your dreams and your ethics. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next time.